Hello everyone, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to an extended episode of The Road to Glory. Your support on this series over the last couple of episodes has been amazing, so thank you very much for that. If you could smash a like on today's video, perhaps that would be awesome. We got ourselves a 35k pack, a mega pack, because EA gave out certain free packs for, depending on what tier you were, how many days you'd logged into Ultimate Team, and ours on The Road to Glory was unfortunately just a mega pack, but still, it's got some cool consumables, a whole bunch of players that we can use at some point in time, I'm sure. So I was pretty happy, I'm not going to lie, and I'll stick everything into the club because none of them are duplicates. And of course, everything there was untradeable. The pack that EA gives you was an untradeable one. Now, what you're going to see today, and the reason why this one is such an extended episode, is because I actually did decide to play some FUT Champs this weekend. You know what my two teams look like, and you know that we're qualified. So I thought, you know what, I probably won't play all 40 games, but I'm going to show you in today's episode my first 10 games. I want to show you the highlights from my first 10 games. So, seriously, get comfortable, get a drink, I don't know, get a little snack or something, get ready to just chill out and enjoy the video. So, my first dodgy bit of defending and a bit of AIDS, I guess you could call it, happened literally in the 4th minute and we went 1-0 down. Not a great start to FUT Champs Weekend League. But some dodgy defending and luckiness here, gets Lacazette through on goal, and we do get an equaliser, which is a positive thing, because I had no idea really what to expect. The first ever FUT Champs Weekend League I've properly tuned into and played. The only other one I've ever done was the first actual Weekend League, when there was a month to qualify. I played 10 games on this account with a terrible team, and we went no, I played 11 games, we went 6-5, so I stopped at that point. I've never really considered doing it again, because I don't know if I can be bothered with the stress and stuff, and I'm not sure if the rewards for someone at my level outweigh the amount of stress and effort and amount of time it takes. I don't know, but I thought this week, you know what, we'll give it a go, and unfortunately in the first match, we come away with a loss, so we're 0-1. Not what I wanted, but I sort of expected it, I guess. Basically, after each and every match, I messaged my opponent and just said GG. Even if I lost, even if I found them annoying, I just said, you know, good game, just to keep my karma levels high and stuff. Next game, we go into another Super Prem team there. He's got stat cards on his check and his inform Vardy, but he makes a howler of a mistake to start things off, and we go 1-0 up very early on. Martial then plays Aguero through in the 8th minute, who bangs that one into the back of the net, and we are 2-0 up. Under 10 minutes. I'm feeling good about this one, but don't forget, if we can score 2 goals in 10 minutes, this guy could get back easily. However, when I make it 3-0, it makes it a little bit more difficult. And then we're only in the 12th minute. I feel like I could hold this game out now and probably win. 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline, but I think 3-0 is kind of like a killer scoreline, especially then when you get your centre-back sent off. It left large gaps in the defence, and as you can see here, Martial manages to tap it home early doors in the second half to make it 4-0. We then just go completely on the offensive. Martial gets through again, bangs that one home, 5-0 in the 72nd minute, and we're definitely going to be picking up our first win in the Weekend League from this particular match. I think we get another chance here. De Bruyne plays it to Aguero, who low-driven P-rolls it past the goalkeeper in off the post, and that one makes it 6-0. That's a nice goal. I love the low-driven shots, and Aguero, man, he's so good at them. It's unreal. And as you can see, the full-time whistle goes. We do end up winning our first FUT Champs match 6-0. Okay, well, our first win in FUT Champs is 6-0. It's our second game in total. So we switch teams, we go into another game, and we get faced up against this. A 5 at the back, basically Juventus squad, with team of the group stage Giuliano and team of the year Lionel Messi. What? How on earth has he got that? So I figured, you know what, I'm probably not going to win this game, am I? And I missed a couple of very easy chances to start this game off. But we do get through with Lacazette here and stick it into the back of the net to make it 1-0. Another solid low-driven shot across the goalkeeper. You just need to get used to them, because that's what's going to happen. Some serious luck and terribleness happening there for us to get our second goal. Look at the bobbles from off the defenders, man. That's so unfortunate for my opponent. His Giuliano, who was off chemistry, was the most threat from this team. Messi did nothing all game, I have to say, and Giuliano does get one back right there, so it is only 2-1. I should have buried that with Lacazette to make it 3, but we go into the half-time break at 2-1 up. Griezmann into the box in the second half. As you can see, more lucky bounces. We triple tap that across, and Lacazette finishes it there. Does that one come off the post? He nearly missed it. It came off the post. And then, again, we just burst past the defender. I'm going for that low-driven shot across the keeper, underneath him. He's not going to get down and get that one, especially when it's Buffon, who's a little bit of an old man. I know he's a legend, but you can tell sometimes on FIFA 17 that he can't really get down to get those low shots as well as other keepers. 4-1 then against that kind of super team. I was really happy about that, and although we're not ranked yet, we have reached the next rank. You know, we have played 3 games and we've won 2 of them, which is a good start in my opinion. So we move on into the next game, and we come up against another Premier League side. We're going to be using our Prem team though, so I can't really moan. I know Prem teams are typically the way to go for a lot of people. Lots of great players who are, I don't know if you call it overpowered, but they just perform really, really well. There are certain players that are definitely overpowered. Musa, for one. We'll get to him in a little while. But we score with Kevin De Bruyne here. And De Bruyne is one of those players, man. When I looked at his like goal to game ratio and like assist ratio and stuff, it was really quite impressive. But I remember using him in this weekend league thinking, my God, he's clunky, man. He runs out of stamina and he's just a little bit all over the place. We cause a rage quit right here, a 2-0 rage quit, which is a little bit premature from this opponent. Obviously, a little bit stressed out from maybe some previous games or something. But we move straight on in. Again, literally switching teams every single game. Even though that was a 20-minute rage quit, my players in the Prem would have probably lost a little bit of fitness. So I've switched back over to the French / La Liga / Premier League, whatever it is, that side, and we come up against a pretty decent looking side and we go 1-0 down. Kante plays it into Griezmann though, and this is a lovely bit of pass and play, and Lacazette finds himself in a situation where he can just roll it past the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper does get hands on it, but or foot on it, should I say, but you can only push it onto the post. And as you can see, 1-1 at half time. We're lacking possession, but we're making up for it in shots. Petit with the header just wide of the post. I thought that one was going in. However, Griezmann finds Ben Yedder, who goes low driven across the goalkeeper. You know it here. You know I do this a lot of times. So, yeah, 2-1. Can we make it 3? We're going to push through with Griezmann. Look at his strength. Holding off this Honore Saive. And somehow manages to score on his weak foot. It's only a 3-star weak foot as well. So I was a little bit surprised at that one, but I'll definitely take it because now we have a 2-goal lead, and we do manage to hold that one out against a FUT founder who is someone I would normally have backed out against because I'm a bit of a cherry picker. I'm sure you guys know, but here we go. Musa. This is the first Musa that we have faced. I'm pretty sure we might have faced one along the way somewhere, but I know how overpowered this guy is. So is Martial. That's why we use him, and Martial makes it look so easy scoring against us there after 2 minutes. And then Emre Can does that against me. Okay. Weak foot long shot shouldn't really happen in my opinion. De Bruyne gets through and does get a goal for us again, proving that he's a decent player. But I'm sat here moaning because you know what? The amount of goals he scored compared to chances he had, I think that was my issue with him, is that he just missed opportunities left, right and centre. Because I'm just showing you the goals, it makes him look better than he actually performed for me. We score a lovely little chip there. I don't know why he brought his goalkeeper out, but we did the exact right thing there and scored the chip with Martial to level it up at half time. As you can see, a super, super close game. Fernandinho goes for a long shot. That goes in. What can I do? You know, my goalkeeper there just didn't cut it. He then closes out the game with some quick succession goals and then an 83rd minute to make it 5-2. And that one really annoyed me. That stung somewhat. I don't like losing, but when you lose and concede 5 goals, God, that's annoying. So I was hurting a little bit after that one, but we do go straight up into another game. A really strong looking team, this one. It's a cross between France, Premier League and that Bundesliga trio of David Alaba, Renato Sanchez, and Jerome Boateng. But we go 1-0 up, and that was quite a nice goal from Griezmann. I thought he took a bit of a long touch just before he took the shot there, so I was a bit worried about that. And then this guy, man, he basically camped on the edge of my box for the rest of the first half. So much pressure. I think this is probably the most pressure I've ever had to try and deal with. And at halftime, as you can see, we've had 1 shot, 1 goal. He's had 12, which is madness. Lacazette scores one of his lesser chances in the second half. This guy was literally peppering me all game. It was crazy, and I definitely deserved to lose that one. So as much as it stings again to lose, like it, when you could get completely outplayed, like, you have to just get over it. That guy was a very, very good player, and we did well to keep it at only 2-1 in the end. We come up against yet another, should I say, Musa, Lukaku, you know, that sort of thing. And Musa scores a little easy goal right there. We whip it in with Kante. Kyle Walker's at the front post, manages to nod that one in and get us back on level terms after 25 minutes. I could probably tell that this one's going to have a couple of goals in it because it's already 1-1 after such a short amount of time. Then look at that, man. How does Martial get ahead of my defender? My defender is so static in that situation. He should be nodding that one away defensively all day long. Second half then, De Bruyne plays it into Aguero, who takes that driven shot across, gets saved this time, but parried straight out to Martial, who's going to return the favour of that goal that Musa scored in the first half, the easy little tap in by scoring one himself. De Bruyne then gets through and in off the post, nearly in off both posts there, does make himself in great space in that situation, but I think I was already, again, moaning at him for missing shots that he could have already scored. He does get through again, he tries a shot, it gets blocked, he gets very, very lucky to score that one. But I can't remember if I'm going to show it at the end. I'm probably not, because he doesn't score a hat-trick. But the amount of shots compared to goals that De Bruyne scored in this game was unbelievable. He missed so many. But we completely wrapped the game up there with a low-driven P-roller with Sergio Aguero. And it's a bit of more of a convincing win in this situation. We got 5 or 6-2 up, and then he stopped playing. So I wanted to just score goals, so I'd get on the edge of the box, I would take the shot, and a lot of the time it would go in. We eventually made it all the way up to 9-2, and that was that. So we now move into, well, 1, we're now ranked, and 2, we move into a 5 wins. So we're now bronze 1, which gives us, I think, 7,500 coins, couple of little packs. But this is my De Bruyne situation. He had great stats, but I wasn't clicking with him. And that sounds weird when someone's got good stats. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try someone else. I put him up on the market to try and flog him, and we'll see if he goes in a bit. I had these untradeable players, so I thought maybe we could do a little gold upgrade and get a couple of rare players. Maybe we could get lucky, get someone good. As it turns out, we get like a 77 rated Portuguese guy, and he's untradeable as well. So that wasn't worth it. I probably should have kept those players for a different SBC. But I'll learn. I won't do that sort of thing again. Also, you're seeing some bronze players up on the market, as well as De Bruyne selling. I did a little bit of bronze pack method and profited by about 3 or 4k, I think. And then we decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and stick a bid on 86 rated first in form Eriksen. He's such a similar player in terms of those stats to De Bruyne. He's less physical, but he's got way more stamina, and he's got 5-star weak foot as well as the 4-star skill moves. I think he's more my cup of tea than the De Bruyne, so we switched him out, and in the process saved ourselves around 25,000 coins. So I think that's a good deal in my books. I'm happy with that. He's got very, very similar stats, and that 5-star weak foot might come in handy at some point in time. I then decided to go and do another SBC, literally using players from the club. It's the hybrid intro one. We're going to get 1,000 coins, couple little packs, and a new kit, which I don't really like. But as you can see, like, I was just using bronze players from the club. If you've done any bronze pack method along the way, you'll probably have enough to complete the hybrid intro. So there you have it. That was like a 3,000 coins and a couple of 2 rare gold player packs, of which we don't get anything majorly crazy, but we do get a couple of like 83 rated. We get Mandzukic in the first pack, not going to sell for much, and Carrillo, both pretty much discard price. And then in the second one, again, an 83 rated in the likes of, who was it? Oh yeah, Gary Medel. He's not the one that sells. We get another Inter player here, which sells for a couple of thousand coins. It's Kondogbia. Because he's French in the Italian league, he's one of those players that links up for the later SBCs, and we get 1,900 coins off of him. So all in told, we get 1,000 coins plus, like, I reckon we made 5k off of doing that, which I'm pretty happy about, and we get a kit which we could use if we wanted to. So moving on then, we're 15 minutes into this episode, my god. We've got a couple games left to show you. We go into a game against another Premier League side. I pressed B once in that situation. Koscielny held on to him, brought him to the floor and gave a penalty away after 3 minutes. I wasn't happy, and this guy slots it home with Diego Costa, of course. That was a solid penalty, and it took us into the second half, right towards the end of the game. And look how dodgy this is, man. Like, the ball and the actual gameplay, I need to address this now. The gameplay and the overall feel of the servers this weekend, for me, was abysmal. It actually felt horrible. You couldn't play the game of FIFA that you wanted to play because it was all this button delay and all that sort of stuff. And even when I got wins, I was thinking, my god, that was a horrible experience for both me and my opponent, who was experiencing the exact same thing. It's not nice to not be able to play your game of FIFA and get that tiki-taka passing going on and stuff. I'm sure you guys will agree. We do go 1-0 up in this game right here. A nice finish from, I think, Fernandinho, finding himself in an attacking situation, holding off a couple of defenders as well. So that was quite impressive. He then pushes up with Martial, gets a little 1-2 action, and a lovely finish there from the Frenchman. That was a decent goal, I have to admit. But we push through with our own Anthony Martial, and we bang it with his left foot into the back of the net to restore our lead in this game. I think I double tapped that one, but because it was his weak foot and he was like off balance and stuff, he just banged it anyway. Eriksen on his debut plays it into Martial, who, I mean, look what happens here. I can't believe we didn't end up sticking that one in the back of the net. But we're 2-1 up at the half-time break in a very close game. It could have been either way at this point in time. Early doors in the second half, it does get back to an equal game. He does equalise there with Diego Costa. But we whip one in with Christian Eriksen and Kyle Walker again at that front post. You saw it a couple of games ago. He managed to get a goal there, so I was pretty impressed with that. And then, as you can see, we just round off this victory. We hold on to a 1-goal lead and eventually win 3-2 against another FUT founder. Definitely someone I would have backed out against, again, because I'm a wimp. So that's where we end up on this episode, guys. We've played our first 10 matches, and we have 6 wins and 4 losses. Not the greatest, but I had no, goal or ambition for this week's FUT Champions. My main goal was literally just to play the game until I either lost my head or got bored or ran out of time because I knew I had editing to do and stuff like that. So we're currently 10 games in. I'll do another episode about the rest of my FUT Champions games in a couple of days' time with the next episode of the Road to Glory. And then hopefully we'll get some rewards later on in the week that we could open up at the start of a different episode and that sort of thing. You'll notice that I'm currently staying slightly away from the online seasons. I've been talking a lot lately about how I've been getting lag on the normal game modes that aren't dedicated servers, so I'm just trying to get my internet to be stabilized before I go back into some important games there, because obviously we're in nearly Division 2 now, and I don't want to be losing games because I can't play my game of FIFA. I know that sounds silly, but you know what, I want to make sure my internet's ready and raring to go, and we're not lagging all over the place before I play some of those important games. If you guys could smash a like on the video, that would be absolutely fantastic. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Peace.